This is a flat wheel that I made to go on the grinder. It's basically 4 layers of 3/4 inch plywood, which makes it 3 inches wide. I set it up so that the piece of paper loops around. It's about 6 inches long by 3 inches wide. And I've set it up so I can turn it around. If I wear one side down too much, I can just turn the wheel around and then I start wearing on the other side of it here. It's got a chemical brush on it inside here. I cut the handles off. You can see this, the white area is the portion of the brush. The paper loops around it. The plywood discs were routed on my CNC router, and they're tied up at the top here and loose right here where the brush part of it comes in. Have a brush that's similar to paintbrush, but I cut the handle portion of it off so that they would fit in here. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and show you how it works, but it's going to be a little loud because of the amount of air that it pushes. You only have to run it up about 20%. Somebody doing knife work, handles, smoothing out the scales and so forth. I made another one I'll show you in a minute that has these pieces of paper are slit so it can conform to the edges more, and I used a finer grit sandpaper with it so that I don't have to this is the same concept. You can see the whiter part of the brush a little bit better on this. But you can see I cut the sandpaper so that it's like fingers. When it pushes around it, it's going to go like that. So it only uses a portion of it, the sandpaper being able to flex separately along with the bristles of the brush. But it's basically the same idea as the other part. It just is not solid across there, and like I say, I used a finer grit of sandpaper on this. This is a polishing wheel. Just have a different space that it's in here. I bought a kit that had several different stiffnesses of the polishing wheels. You notice there's a slight lip on this side, it's flat on this side. So this has a counter bore, or I put a pipe on there that goes around this, so it's not pushing directly on the lip, but more on this portion of it. So at the variable speed, you can adjust it to how fast you want to polish it or how rough you want to polish it. But as you can see, I've not used this yet, but sooner or later it'll start getting flayed out where it gets more softer, and you put your compound on it before you start spinning it, and then you can go ahead and polish whatever you want with it. So it's another handy thing for those who do knife work. I don't do knife work, but anyway. This is also an extension of that, where I can mount a wire wheel on here and use it as a wire wheel station. All right, this is a different attachment I made for my 2x30, 2x72 inch grinder. This adapts, puts a shaft on here that I can change out these wheels, different grits, and so forth. Here's this piece of steel with some mill scale on it, and it'll clean it off. brushed aluminum.